Mayor McQueen, council, and staff for hosting this event today. I cannot say how much of a great honor this is to be presented with this recognition by your community. And I noticed you talked about community a lot, and communities are very, very important in my life, and have always been important in my life. When I first came onto Grey Health Services Foundation, now, like you said, almost 6 years ago, I didn't realize what lay ahead. Not a better time to be chair of the foundation. Very exciting times, very challenging times. What could go wrong running a campaign during a pandemic? In reality, I can now say not much. Everything ran pretty smoothly. I emphasize pretty smoothly. There was challenges, but nothing that we couldn't overcome. And with a lot of help from a lot of people within all of our communities. Looking back, if asked, would I do it again? In a drop of a hat. It has been so rewarding and great to meet so many people, and salt of the earth people is what you have in a community like we have here. I have mentioned before that Terry, my wife, got caught in the Grey County version of the Bermuda Triangle. Terry, being born and raised in Markdale, and myself in the former Proton Township, and to be more exact, in the community of Ventry. Anybody know where Ventry is?
What does?
Mary does. I know Mary does. Once married, we lived in Dundalk for a year and a half before moving to Durham for a little over 10 years, then moving to Markdale for almost 38 years ago. Therefore, the reference to the Grey County Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, yeah.
What a great place to get trapped in. And with all those communities, growing up on a farm outside of Dundalk, living in Durham, the community, those are all small communities. And what you get from a small community is not measurable. It's, there's a lot of people in this world that don't realize how important small communities are. We have done our share of world traveling, but always say there is no better place to live and raise a family than right here. So on behalf of Center Grey Health Services Foundation, I want to say thank you to Grey Highlands and all of the communities within Grey Highlands for your continued support of the foundation, and in particular, the new Markdale Hospital. And your reference of Grey Highlands as a community made up of communities is so true. And that's what makes this foundation work, because we have involved people from all different places within those communities. And they become part of the hospital. They take ownership of it because of their involvement. And once you establish that, the fundraising part of it is easy if you have really, really good people working with you that are involved in the community. Without all your support, we may not have that amazing facility just 10 minutes that direction. I would also like to thank the foundation staff, Lynn, our financial officer, and of course Darlene, for your dedicated hard work. Last but not least, Paul did mention my wife, Terry, for all your support and encouragement. Terry is not on the foundation, the campaign cabinet, or any of the committees. She's on all of them. So thanks again. Also, one last thank you to Grey Highlands and this wonderful community. We are so lucky. Thank you.
So Harvey, the big question now is, what
you going to do now?
Well, they still keep my agenda fairly full.
Because I think your chairmanship's coming up, right?
Or not.
Maybe I'll just do that part.
That's under discussion.
Well, I'm just saying that. I think from what I would feel in this room, I think you're doing a great job. Why don't you continue? Why would anybody want to change something that's good?
Well, just to let everybody know, I am staying on for one more year as chair of the foundation. I was arm wrestled one day. Man, can they put up a fight.
I might be little.
No, I will be staying on as the foundation chair. There are some issues being to deal with over the next year that we felt that we wanted to keep people and some people involved that have been involved over the past 4 or 5 years. So there are, and I think you guys know what they are, but there are things that are materializing as we speak. And we don't know how long or what it'll be, but we know what we want. So we've made that decision as a board. So.
No, that's fantastic, and it's a mold make broke, why fix it, right? So continue on and doing what you do, Harvey, and I think another round of applause for you and your wife for... So I look around the room, and again, I thank everybody for coming here today. I did miss one small little thing that's happening. It happened in 2023, was the reconstruction of Flesherton. And, there was a few mixed reviews, and I know when it first happened, we pushed it off a little bit for the businesses in downtown. I think, relatively speaking, it's moved forward fairly well in the sense that we had a very open fall to allow things to get sort of wrapped up. But I think, more importantly, the majority of that was paid by province, under $200,000. I can't remember the exact number that came actually out of there. So it was one of those things that had to be done, needed to be done, and certainly the funding was there to do it. I mean, one would argue the point, it should stay being the province's provincial road, and it always was the provincial road, so you almost think that maybe they should pay to fix it. But anyway, we won't go into that politics at that point. But anyway, long story short, it's at a point now that it'll be back and finishing up whatever has to be done in that. But moving forward, along with those new businesses I mentioned that have the front change, it will just blend into a better place next year, and a great spot to be part of Grey Highlands and part of Flesherton as well. So from that, part of our moving along, and I don't want to keep you here all day, is we do have some refreshments and cake, but Jerry Lynn, I do want to thank again Maya and Jerry Lynn for what you do, and how about a round of applause for our staff. Video here, a little bit of a reflection of our year in review, so don't know if there's any popcorn, but enjoy the video show here, and we'll sit back and look at some reflection of this year.